Crash Bandicoot 2. Let's say that one more time. Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back.
Start to begin.
Such an amazing game that I did not find that amazing. Okay, let me explain why. But first, cutscene.
Crystals. Of course.
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any Earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we need to find an enemy.
Crash? Crash? Crash! My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
Okay, let's do this. So, Coco has asked us to do a job. And as we see, Cortex needs crystals. Well, we don't know this, do we? So let's go and get them. By the way, speaking of the game, you can see Crash is moving just a little bit. But if you look at him now, he looks a lot better. He's not looking that way or that way. He's looking straight. He's just looking normal. Oh yeah, and we got some new power-ups as well. We can slide, but I'll show you another one, which is called Belly Bounce, which is pretty cool. Right, here's our job.
Well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
Oh my god. Cortex's voice actor at the time. He was so good. He really was. And who was this voice actor, you may ask? I think it was Clancy Brown. I think it were. Yep, Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown definitely made Cortex sound more menacing. I do like Cortex's new one, don't get me wrong. But I'm so used to Clancy Brown. Also, a good thing as well is box count. So if you've completed this, you can actually make a list, right? And you could say, oh, you need these boxes to complete the level, and you're like, oh, okay. So you can actually keep a track on, right, this is not enough boxes. And it's like, wait a minute, I've caught every box, so you might be missing one. This is why you keep playing the game. So Crash 2 takes place after Crash 1. After you defeat Cortex, as you saw in the cutscene, Cortex falls to his death. Well, so somewhat his death, as we thought it were. But in this one, he actually finds a crystal. He now asks, Crash to basically find the crystals. But that's the thing, right? It's asking Crash to find the crystals, okay? Now think about that. And Crash is like, oh, okay, I'll help him. You're gonna help him. I'm like, Crash, don't you remember what Cortex tried to do before? Anyways, we'll explain why I don't find this game appealing to me in a bit. But as you can see, there's some new things there called nitros. For the love of God, do not touch them. Ah, crud, I just missed it. Yeah, I just missed those boxes. Supposed to be a bit quicker on the reactions, but we weren't. So it's fine. It's fine. The only thing we've got to do now is just collect the rest of the boxes. Now, for me, why this game didn't do too well for me is quite simple. I just didn't feel like the music was, you know, I felt the music was a bit like, you know. I still like the game, don't get me wrong. Crash 2 is up there. It's in my top 3. And no, there are more Crash games out there, people. It's just that they weren't great. Well, actually, no. It's in my top 4. Sorry. No, it is in my top 3, actually. I'm not saying. Yeah, it is in my top 3. But this is also a game I did on my gaming channel. I did the Insane trilogy though, because, yeah. But yeah, the music didn't really do anything for me. And it felt as though, even though I got some new things, it didn't feel rewarding. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you love the game, by all means, I'm not trying to make it sound like this game's bad. This game is phenomenal. It's just, out of all the Crash games, you know, I just wasn't. I felt like it's better than 1, but I don't know. I think it's more the fact that everyone says it's the greatest Crash game. I just didn't think it were. Yeah, I knew I missed the 2. It's fine.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. Crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
That's another thing as well we needed to explain. Where the hell was Coco made? You know, because I always thought that Tanya just got changed or something. But then all of a sudden it's like, nope, that's Coco, new character. I'm thinking, right. So what you're telling me is that Cortex made another Bandicoot, not learning from his bloody lesson. I mean, I could go on for days about that, but yeah, Coco just wasn't there. I don't know. This time that, but fine. Oh, there's the red gem. Even in the first game, I'm going to tell you now, first game they had coloured gems. But they cut one out in the newer ones. In the last game it was 6. In this one, there's, if I remember, there was 5. Yeah, 5. Let me just check. Yeah, there's 5. In the last game there was 6. And there were 2 alternative endings in the last one. In fact, all 3 games have alternative endings. All depends on how committed you are to completing the game. There's your belly flop. So, in the first game, if you complete the game by just, you know, beating Cortex, that's it. But there is another alternative, and that's collecting the gems. Which to me, the ending there is a little... It was more, like that. I felt it was a bit underwhelming. Which is why I'm kind of glad they've done it with these games, you know. Where now, if you collect the gems, you get the true ending. Not an ending where it's just like, oh, here's an ending, there you go. If you want to see my playthrough of Crash 2 on the Insane Trilogy, by all means, check out my links in the description below. I will put it in the comments as well, just so people have got the idea. It's got my link tree so you can see all my other social medias. Be sure to follow those. We should have a different convo.
So, you were helping Cortex gather crystals, yet you have acquired a gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy. And I will do anything in my power to stop you! If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. A laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he's created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
Okay, so Embryo said we need to collect the gems, not the crystals. That's for the alternative ending. So let's do one more level and then we'll call it there. So I think 2 levels might be a bit too short. Yay! So yeah, gems. Collecting gems gets you a second ending, and it's a true ending, by the way. The crystals is the story ending. Nope, no, don't jump to the... Why do you... I forget that the old games controls weren't all perfect. Oh yeah, and the analog stick as well, I forgot to say. The analog stick wasn't a thing back in the day. It was all D-pads. I'm glad Crash can jump that high. Okay, let's do this. Missed. I say missed, and last time I did something like that was on the first game where I jinxed it. Ha! Not died yet. Never mind. Should be... Yeah, still missing a bunch of gems. Right. Right. At least we're not getting smacked by them. Yeah, if you... Like in the first game, if you remember, because you would have seen it. Great, but you missed these boxes.
3 crystals. Not bad. I see you are getting the hang of it. I need to conserve power. I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
So yeah, if you want to see more games, be sure to check out the links in the description. That will take you to my Square VWG gaming page. That will get you to the Insane Trilogy games there. Currently I'm playing through Pokemon Emerald. Be sure to check them out. And I will see you all on the next video. Take care.